As Rand said, it is back to school time, and so it's time for the kids to fire up those memories. And Dr. Tracy Packiam literally wrote the books on memory and is here with some science-backed tips that we can probably all use. But we are going to focus on the kids. But remember, we can use these as well because our memories, at least mine, could certainly use a little bit of a jolt. So, hi.
Hi, good to be here.
Oh, well, it's always great to have you. We're going to kind of scroll through these really quick because these are some solid, as you mentioned, science-backed tips is what you told me. So let's start with reading aloud. That is good for the memory.
It is great, and as we're starting school, the reason we read aloud is because it recruits two pathways in our brain, both the reading, the language center, as well as our part of the brain associated with listening. So you're getting 2 for 1 when you read something aloud.
So you're talking about not just with the littles that are just learning to read, you're saying even like high school age.
Absolutely. I do
Reading
it
out loud.
too. Adults too.
Okay, that's an interesting thing. It's making 2 parts of your brain work. I'm a big fan of this next one, sleep. Sleep on it. What is that? What is that about?
We always talk about needing sleep, but this is one I especially like because research has shown that a quick nap, even as little as 6 minutes, helps lock in a lot of the memory. So if you're learning something new, the best time to learn that is just before bed.
How about that? Okay, chewing peppermint gum. What does chewing gum do for your memory?
Well, it activates, first of all, that prefrontal cortex because of the chewing motion, but it also activates a memory neurotransmitter, acetylcholine. So we know that mint, peppermint especially, wakes up that memory neurotransmitter. So chewing gum is twofold. You're working on that prefrontal cortex, your memory home, and you're releasing that memory neurotransmitter.
Okay, and then the last one, then I want to go back to, oh, there's 2 more, draw.
Yes.
What does drawing do for our memory?
Yes, so in my own research lab, 20 minutes of drawing, freestyle drawing, really recruits your working memory. It gives you a mini workout because you have to plan a goal, you have to identify what you want to do, how you want to do it, and it's almost like a mini brain training workout.
Okay, and then the last one might be surprising because I'm pretty sure that during a lot of these times when kids are studying and learning and trying to do, the parents are like, no games. But you're saying a little bit of gaming is okay.
Yes, if you're going to give, if you're going to use some downtime, 3D games, Tetris, Mario Brothers, those actually recruit our spatial memory. And we find that we're better at remembering visual information, spatial information, when we do engage in these types of 3D types of gaming.
Okay, so now, having said that, we got to cover all of them because I wanted to make sure of that. The memory, a lot of people don't think about the very simple truth, and that is when you are studying, you're relying on your memory.
That's right.
So I love that we have these tips in place, and all of them are just things that sound fun to a kid.
They're easy to do, and sometimes we don't do them because we think that, oh, if I keep rereading the same information, it'll help it get in. But actually, because our brain is efficient, if we rely on reading the same thing again, our brain will turn off because it thinks, I'm reading the same chapter, the same information I've already done, I don't need to pay attention. So using these tips helps your brain stay focused, stay attentive to what you're learning.
And I did mention that you wrote the books, plural, on memory, and also my favorite book, which is Think Like a Girl. So where can people find all of your books and all of the information on you, Tracy?
I have a website, tracypackiam.com. My books are found wherever books are sold as well.
I love it. All right, let's stay on that very same subject of back to school and making sure that it is just a really good experience for everyone involved. Rance?